So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to dive into three very interesting stories regarding new comments from insider Imran Khan. These comments are after the story everyone has been covering so far regarding the shocking exclusives Sony's getting for the PlayStation 5, which we'll cover that as well. But apparently, even though Phil Spencer said he doesn't like exclusive deals, Microsoft has tried to get exclusive deals like Sony but didn't want to pay the price, according to these new comments from Imran Khan. Beyond that, we're also going to look into new information from Jeff Grubb pointing to possibly no price announcements this month for the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, and also this rumored August 20th event for the PlayStation 5. First, let me know if at this point you think we'll still get price and pre-order announcements for the PlayStation 5 this month, or do you think it could be pushed back to September? I personally feel that it could still be this month, but also I want to see what happens at Microsoft's next event, whenever that is, because we know how this little game works between Microsoft and Sony at this point, but that's just how I'm personally thinking. So comment below. For you at this point, do you think PS5 price and pre-order announcements will still happen in August, or do you think it could be pushed back to September? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, PS5 getting exclusives Xbox couldn't pay for. So with this story, let's first cover what Imran Khan stated regarding the shocking exclusives Sony are getting, because I have some comments there, and then we'll discuss his latest comments regarding how Xbox apparently couldn't pay for exclusives like Sony did. So Imran's original comment that everyone's been covering in regards to the shocking exclusives is this. Reading from Push Square, there are things you will be shocked to find out that Sony is money hatting. They are locking up timed exclusivity, and it's like, wow, that is the game you're choosing, but that's not because it's bad, it's because it's huge. So I'm interested to see where this conversation is going to be in a couple of months, because there are games that are widely accepted as multi-platform that Sony is locking up for a little while. Now, with this, hearing this the first time and hearing shocking and that it's a game that's widely accepted as multi-platform, or multiple games that are widely accepted as multi-platform, when I first heard about this, the first thing that came to my mind is the next Grand Theft Auto. And I'll give you some logic for why I think this and why it could be a bit more plausible, even though it's probably ridiculous. I'm going to give you a couple of reasons as to why it could be plausible, but let's look at some of the other games that have been mentioned. Of course, you can name the next Final Fantasy, which honestly, Final Fantasy has brand ties with PlayStation platforms in the past, and seeing the remake of Final Fantasy VII, which again was a big PlayStation 1 game, being a timed exclusive for PS4, I would say hearing the next Final Fantasy being exclusive to PlayStation 5 not to be as shocking. And what about Silent Hill? The Silent Hill reboot, I also wouldn't put that as a shock at the shocking level, but really in terms of shocking and widely accepted as a multi-platform game, that could really be any third-party game. Hell, I've seen people betting on Call of Duty being a PS5 timed exclusive, but of course I don't personally see that happening. In terms of GTA 6, I thought about it because of that Pastebin post regarding the PS5 way back in 2018, which got some things right about the PlayStation 5 and some things wrong, but one thing it mentioned was GTA 6 being a 1-month timed exclusive for PlayStation 5. Let me give you two reasons to make that a bit more plausible, even though it would be ridiculous to believe. Reason number one, GTA Online. This service is moving to next gen, as we know, and is really the cash cow for Rockstar Games. That's why they've kind of been quiet for years when they used to produce and release games all the time. Releasing a game every 5 years isn't what they used to do. They're also updating GTA Online for next gen and transitioning everyone over, and they announced that it will be a standalone service in 2021, according to Polygon. So GTA 6 probably won't have a multiplayer component, but rather GTA Online could just expand with what GTA 6 brings to its campaign. Now, the second reason, we've also heard a report from Kotaku that GTA 6 will be a smaller game than past GTA games to avoid crunch. It'll start small and then expand over time. So take both of these into note. A smaller GTA game at the start and probably no multiplayer component since GTA Online is going next gen. To me, while I still find it crazy to believe, these 2 points make it a bit more plausible that Sony could get GTA 6 as a timed exclusive for PS5 in my eyes. Now, what about Imran's latest comments regarding exclusive deals Xbox couldn't pay for? Over on Reset Era, Imran replied to another person, Matt, who stated the following: "Yeah, there's a lot of it coming and the scale will be shocking." Here, Matt is referencing the topic of the thread, which is Imran's earlier comments about Sony locking third-party exclusives for the PlayStation 5. And to this, Imran replied with, "I don't like to come into threads where I am the subject because people are usually not polite, and any appearance leads to 30 notifications asking where's the details though." But yes, echoing what Matt said, there isn't a major third party out there Sony failed to approach asking what kind of deals they could work out. Some had content, some had games, some had content and games. It's not like Microsoft wasn't willing to offer, they just didn't want to pay the asking price because Sony approached with pretty high numbers in the first place. That PlayStation Advantage branding and console exclusive wording are both going to get a lot of use in the next few years. So the comment on Sony approaching basically all major third-party companies out there and securing or trying to secure some type of deal is pretty huge, because that in itself means there's a lot more to come. But what about his remarks in regards to Microsoft? If what he's saying is true, then here's another example of where Phil Spencer has lied, saying he doesn't like exclusive deals, making the whole community shout out anti-consumer. But here we have Imran Khan basically saying Microsoft was willing, but just that Sony had the bigger dollar amount. Some might think, how is that possible? This is Microsoft. But people have to remember, Xbox is just a division of Microsoft and probably has budget limits. I don't like saying Phil Spencer could be lying here once again, but how many times has he said something and in the end it just never became the case? There's just no room for defense here anymore. I've also lost trust for any event he hypes in the future, honestly, which could be good because I'll be going in with lower expectations. But here we have another example. If Imran, what he's stating is true, Phil Spencer basically lied, and I'm really curious to see what the Xbox community really says to something like this, because Microsoft tried to do the same thing, but Sony had the bigger dollar amount. That's what I'm hearing here. But you guys let me know if you think that Sony could actually secure GTA 6 as a timed exclusive for PlayStation 5. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the second story of the video, PS5's August 20th event. Now this comes from Roberto Serrano once more, who's gotten the other 2 event dates correct, but I'll say this time around, his tweet is a bit weird, it's a bit different, but reading his tweet, and bear with me, there's a bit of broken English here. It states, "What at PlayStation fans are waiting for, what will happening?" And then there's a YouTube link and then an emoji, and then it states to be confirmed. But the thing this time around is he adds a YouTube link to Earth, Wind and Fire's September song and adds an image with an August 20th date, which is confusing. Do you mean August 20th or sometime in September? Maybe both, actually. But putting that to the side, August 20th is possible for 2 reasons, I guess. One, we heard from a Bloomberg report that Sony will have another PS5 announcement this month, stating an official at the PlayStation unit who asked not to be identified because the plan is not yet public said Sony's next announcement regarding the PlayStation 5 is tentatively scheduled for this month. Of course, this announcement could be the teardown, it could be the UI reveal, we don't know yet. It could be the next event, we don't really know yet. But the second point here also is Sony won't be at Gamescom 2020, which happens on August 27th. So they could do it a week before, whatever their event is or their announcement. And also August 20th is a Thursday, which is clearly Sony's favorite day for these events. But the thing about this possible event is, again, will it be a big blowout event or will it be something smaller? We just don't know yet. You guys let me know if you think the next PS5 event, the next PS5 big event, will happen on August 20th or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the final story of the video, the possibility of no price reveals this month for the PlayStation 5. This one I hope is wrong 1000% because this has gone long enough. But the story comes from Jeff Grubb, who has updated his Summer Game Mess calendar, now pushing the Xbox event from early August to mid-August, and he captions the image with "maybe maybe there is no price, pointing to maybe there might not be a price announcement at the Xbox event. And at the bottom of the calendar, he adds another entry saying, Thanksgiving Day, families sit in silence, still waiting for Sony or Microsoft to announce the price. So he's obviously joking around with that last part, but if Microsoft doesn't announce a price at the Xbox event, or however they plan to announce more stuff this month, then I worry if Sony won't say anything too. But that's crazy to me. How can they both not say anything this month in regards to pre-orders and price? We're about 3 months away. How are they going to get things set up with retailers again if they don't know the price of these consoles? Are they just gonna say, hey, pre-orders are live, but we don't know the price? I can't see that happening. I'm going to take the note that Jeff Grubb said maybe here, so I really hope prices and pre-order dates for both consoles get announced this month. Sony still has a possible PS5 announcement this month again, according to Bloomberg, so let's see what happens. But you guys let me know how long you think Sony and Microsoft can hold out on releasing the prices of these consoles. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with, this has gone long enough. Obviously in reference to, if these prices don't get announced this month, that's crazy. This has gone way too long. We should have gotten these prices and pre-orders months ago. Probably in June we should have gotten these, maybe last month the latest, but we're in August right now. So if you feel the same way, destroy the comment section with, this has gone long enough, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.